Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Rider Nation Station broadcast. My name is Howie Spencer, and alongside me is
Lance Ibrahim.
Lance, how you doing tonight?
Couldn't be better, Howie. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, of course. Super excited. We got a great game ahead of us and a truly vital and pivotal thing that's going to continue on for the rest of the season for the Lady Riders and the Shawnee Indians. Just to give you a little bit of background right now, the Lady Riders, they're at 6-6 right now in total. In the league, they're at 3-1. Their one loss was to OG, and that was an unfortunate score of 0-5. Goals for the total season so far, they're rocking 41 goals. They average 4 per game. Now, goals against, on the contrary, we're at 30 goals, and goals against, the average for that is 3. For the Shawnee Indians, they are rocking 6-0-3. You heard me right. That is 0 losses, but 3 ties. In the WBL, they are 3-0-2. They tied Salina and Bath. And Salina, which we did beat in this earlier part of the season. Goals for the Shawnee Indians is 19. Their average is 2 per game. Against is 6, and the average 0.6 around that per game. So the next game for the Lady Riders is going to be Kenton, another WBL game, and for the Indians, they are at Van Werds.
And Howie, the standings right now in the WBL, I think Ottawa Glandorf is in first place in the WBL, Shawnee in second place, and St. Mary's in third place. So we cannot understate the importance of this WBL matchup. It's going to be high energy, a lot of focus from the ladies, I think.
Yep.
And it's WBL championship is open right now to have it alone or to be a co-champion, but a lot rides on this game tonight.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Well, not going to lie, the weather has cooled down quite a bit, so a nice comfortable temperature and a great pitch it seems right now, and super excited for tonight's event.
So how you've been later in the season with your experience, a WBL matchup, high energy and a lot of emotion. What do you expect out of the ladies tonight?
Yeah, you talked about the energy. The energy must maintain the entire time. If you want this, you got to give it all throughout both halves. Also, keeping it clear in the mind. If things go south, you got to keep it clear. Make sure making the right decision every time, using all options available.
Yeah, and I'm sure Coach Wilson have told them it's an 80-minute game. We need all 80 minutes, full energy, right? And if, as you said, if something goes wrong, there's always time to get it back.
Yep, exactly.
So I think we're going to go off air here for a minute and let the PA take over in just a moment. Yep, we're going to let the PA take over. So, Howie, one thing you already talked about tonight is it is a beautiful night. Very little wind, flags laying flat. But really the important thing is the heat we've had lately
100%,
has created a different type of game. I think today is the first game that feels like fall.
It does. You're exactly correct about that. And that helps out. Without the heat, the endurance is going to continue on. It's going to be an exciting game tonight.
All right, so we're going to let the PA take over for the introduction of the teams and the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Education and Administration of St. Mary's Memorial High School, we welcome you to beautiful Rough Rider Field for today's WBO match featuring our guests, the Shawnee Indians, and your Lady Riders. In order to make this match as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and your community in a positive and respectful manner by following the rules, speaking and acting responsibly, showing courtesy and respect for all involved, including fans, officials, coaches, administrators, and of course, your team and their opponent. Let's respect each other and of course, respect the game. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a nation with freedoms like no other. So to celebrate those freedoms, and those who have defended or are currently defending them, we ask that you please stand, remove your hats, as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Tonight's officials have been selected in accordance with the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletics Association. So let us welcome and thank Mike Kay and Crystal Dunlap for being a part of tonight's match. And now let's meet the teams. First for our guests, the Shawnee Indians, who come into tonight with an overall record of 6-0-3 and a 3-0-2 record in the WBL. They are coached by Carolyn O'Brien, along with assistants Scott Neff, Alexa Fullen, Grace O'Connor, and Brooke Schultz. The starters for the Indians this evening are number 1, senior captain, Cameron Morris. Number 5, senior captain, Bella Halverson. Number 7, senior, Cameron Reidenauer. Number 10, senior captain, Megan Carter. Number 12, senior, Tama Jemai. Number 14, junior, Addison Neff. Number 16, sophomore, CC Shaw. Number 19, senior, Addison DeGront. Number 20, sophomore, Haley Stump. Number 22, junior, Ella Mortz. And then keeper in the goal tonight for the Indians, number 0, junior, Harper Bunk. And now for your St. Mary's Memorial Lady Riders. The Lady Riders come in tonight's match with a 6-6 overall record, 3-1 in the WBL. The Lady Riders are coached by Nick Wilson, along with his assistants Jeff James and Ashley Petresky. The starters tonight for the Lady Riders are number 2, freshman Jillian Jacobs. Number 7, junior Soph Maker. Number 8, junior Lauren Jacobs. Number 12, senior Jillian Pomerlin. Number 14, senior captain Reese Rabel. Number 17, sophomore Kendall Davis. Number 21, sophomore Piper Triplett. Number 25, senior captain Kelly Holsinger. Number 26, sophomore Claire Turner. And number 27, senior captain Emma Freewalt. And in the net tonight for the Lady Riders, number 23, senior Leah Braxton. We want to wish both teams the best of luck, and we want to welcome you once again to Rough Rider Field in tonight's match between the Lady Riders and the Shawnee Indians. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get...
Alrighty, and we are back. All right, Lance, thinking of the offensive attack that we have here, of course, we got Kelly Holsinger. Okay, her speed, incredible. It's what we need to get the goals back and to get the ball, into the back of the net. We got Emma Freewalt, who makes the plays happen. You know, as she works that ball up the middle, passing the ball left and right, through balls up top, whatever it might be. Claire Turner as well. Just a whole bunch of threats and just starting off the intensity here with those threats and working as a team, moving that ball forward, backward, side to side. It's going to get things rolling off very well.
Yeah, one thing you pointed out in the stats, and if our viewers and listeners weren't on yet, is how stingy the Lady Indians are with goals against. I think the Rough Riders you mentioned had 41 goals for and 30 against. Mm-hmm. But the Shawnee Indians, the first thing you see is a goals for is only 19.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like much. You wouldn't think they'd have the record, but their goals against are 6.
6, yeah.
Super stingy. So the Riders are going to have to figure out an angle of attack that works.
Exactly. All right, and it looks like the Indians will have the ball first, and possession has occurred. Working the ball to our near side on the field, passing down. Nice step by Holsinger. Holsinger now with the ball. Passing up to Rabel. Freewalt now with the ball, working up the field. Still play on, and the ref has now called it. Here's the replay for you all. Here's Freewalt going up. Indian player coming to intercept and look like just slightly tripped up with the infraction. Kendall Davis taming the ball down, trying to connect to Freewalt.
So far, how it looks like the Riders are trying a center attack with a through ball, which is very typical of the Lady Riders.
Possible scoring opportunity early on right there. Looked like it was just a cleared ball, and our high defense, which we typically run, and that little bit of the counter was scary, and we're going to have a replay right here. Triplet trying to defend, left foot shot off, just goes wide of the post.
Yeah, that ball was just slightly misplayed by our defense, not much. It looked like she was trying to maybe clear it over the sidelines, didn't get a solid foot on it, but that gave a early opportunity for the Indians.
It really did, yes.
Too early.
Yep. Nice step by Freewalt. Freewalt trying to pass up to Manker, not able to connect, but Manker there contesting. Tell you what, Shawnee is doing a very nice job of possession right now, and looks like we do have an offsides call.
Offsides call against the Indians.
So we'll have an indirect kick coming up for the Rough Riders, see what their plan of attack is on this. Way too far to put it on frame. Even if you could from here, you wouldn't, but let's see if they try for that center attack again, Howie.
Yep. And the kick is up. Unlucky touch, back into possession of the Redskins. Looking to possibly switch the fields, and that is going to be a good ball inside the box now. Nice job by Jacobs there contesting, getting the ball out, and there is going to be a foul called on the Indians.
Wow, good work on Jacobs there. I don't know if we've got a replay of that, but she did exactly what she should do to recover, and then got position and got kind of tackled from behind, you might say. So that'll be indirect. I'm sorry, a direct kick. Too far to matter from there.
Claire Turner passing to Soph Manker. Manker working that left side where she's dangerous. Gonna get a cross inside the middle, and it is into the keeper's hands.
Is that Harper Bunk?
Looks like Harper Bunk, yep.
The keeper. Yeah, that was a great centering ball off the left foot of Manker, and the keeper had to step up to get her hands on that one, Howie. That could have been really good opportunity for us.
For sure.
Another good stop by the Rough Riders defense. Clears it out to the side for a throw-in for the Indians. Again with another stop, Howie, and the throw-in coming up. Like you'd say, Howie, deep into the territory, you'd rather defend a throw-in than a centering pass any day of the week.
That is for sure. Great pass from Freewalt to Turner. Now working the inside passing to Soph Manker. Manker tries to dribble down the middle, but deflected back over to Freewalt. Back to Manker. Manker working that left side. And cleared away by the Shawnee Indians.
If the Rough Riders would have liked a handling call on that one. It looked like a chicken wing.
And looks like we are going to have another offsides call on the Indians.
Well, that's good so far, Howie, that we're keeping them off sides. Our defensive backs are very disciplined to keep a nice flat line.
100%.
And just a reminder for anybody watching, it's not your defender that's near you. It's the furthest defender back, the last defender that you're shouldering off of. Another indirect kick for the Rough Riders. Maybe a penalty coming up here. I guess we'll see. Maybe on Freewalt.
I think both kind of went straight up. And, Freewalt with the arm just kind of created the infraction.
Looked pretty soft for WBL, Howie, but the referees have a better angle than we do.
They do. Bunch of throw-ins here, but the Indians definitely not wasting any time with them, going quickly. Kendall Davis contesting with the ball with a beautiful through ball, connecting potentially to Rabel. Taken away by the Indians. Deflected off of Reese. Reese still fighting, battling on this right side, and goes for the cross, and it'll be deflected off, lead to a corner kick.
First corner kick of the game, Howie. That was great work for Rabel to keep it down there deep into Indian territory and then deflected it off a player for, instead of a goal kick, looks like a Manker corner kick coming up.
Manker dangerous with her left foot, and the ball is up in the air. Beautiful ball, connecting. Ball is inside. We had a chest from Freewald, it looked like. Let's see if we have a replay of this.
Wow. Great corner to the deflection.
Beautiful. If you were able to see the chest that she used, using her shoulders to rotate and hit that ball towards the goal, just not able to go in.
And turned into a deflection over the end line for another corner kick coming up here, Howie.
Rabel taking the other side. Beautiful high ball. Tomberlin racing and just missed it. Kendall Davis there to contest. Kendall looking up, seeing if she has a drop back. And we should have a Shawnee throw in.
Two different types of corners we saw there between Rabel and Manker. Manker went with a line drive and Rabel more of a popped-up ball.
Scoring opportunity. Soph Manker, when she's right outside the box, she's going to take that with the left foot. And the Indians under some pressure to keep the ball in, and that will lead to a Lady Riders throw-in. Tomberlin with the ball. Taking a second throw-in. Freewald with a one-touch to Rabel. Rabel now on the outside is going to cross in quickly. Holsinger there with her speed. Takes a shot off and deflected away. Leads to another corner kick. That's 3 corner kicks in a row. This is some great offensive attack we're seeing right now.
Each one of these is a win, Howie. Little wins in soccer build up to something really big eventually. Each time we get one over the sideline, each corner kick could turn into something big. We got Manker coming up with the left foot again.
See if she goes with more to the line drive. Ball up in the air. Connecting Freewald with the same idea with the chest. And Holsinger trying to get a shot off but falls. Tomberlin with a one-touch to Davis. Tomberlin back with the ball, works on the outside, and it should be a memorial.
Rough Rider throw in.
Rabel quickly connecting to Manker. Manker taking her time, clears the ball, crosses the ball over, not able to connect to another jersey. Jacobs with some options, drops it back to Jacobs.
Little mishandle there, but then reset with a quick step.
Beautiful ball by the Indians. Working this near side. And going to be a throw-in, it looks like. Oh, it was offsides? Offsides on the Indians.
Yeah. The referee, they might be calling offsides and then not keeping their hand up for very long, so it's hard for us to catch that. But it looked like the Indians player was delaying her run a little bit. I think that was Morris, was taking a slow approach. And now I see why, because she was getting past our last defender. Well, that's a really nice through ball for the Indians. That was a beautiful
through ball, and I was wondering if that was going to be offside. Possible attack here by the Indians. The Indians right outside the box, taking that shot off, and it goes high of the goal. Series of subs coming in here for the Indians. We have 23. Bren Patterson.
And number 3.
And number 3, Brianna Shipline, excuse me.
By the end of the game, we'll have it figured out.
Yes.
Right when it's time to sign off, we'll have these last names all nailed down. Well, so far, Howie, Rough Riders are controlling the sideline, winning most of the sideline balls.
They are, yes.
That's a good sign. Control the sideline, right? Control the middle third. And here we come with another Rough Rider throw-in.
Riders back with possession here. Taken away, though. And a couple deflections cleared up. Able to connect to another Shawnee Indian. No offsides. And we got Triplet with some time and passes the ball up to Rabel. First step won by the Indians. And finally cleared up by the Riders. It's been looking like pinball right now. Ball's been flying
A little
back
bit,
and
yeah, a
forth
little
on
bit.
all ends.
Both teams doing a really good job of settling the aerial ball, though.
Oh,
both
yeah.
of them. Shipeline, fresh legs coming down the left-hand side here, Howie.
Shipeline trying to get inside the middle. Deflected off, leads to a Shawnee throw-in.
Yeah, Davis put herself in a really good position there and left Shipeline no angle to get that ball across.
Great possession here by the Indians. Don't know if we were intending for a shot up the middle.
I think that was a lob pass. I think it was a design play. Shoulder to shoulder. Indians were shoulder to shoulder with our last defender. Indian lady pops the ball up, and then once the ball's hit, there's no offsides.
Yep.
She took off and really had our defense beat.
Sofmaker bringing the ball down, passing outside to Turner. Turner working a give and go. Unlucky bounce and cleared away by the Indians.
I think I'm seeing some good contact, Howie. I call it fair contact. A couple penalties so far, but as expected, a lot of hips and shoulders.
And looks like we're going to have
Another throw-in for the Rough Riders.
got
Looks
some
like some
subs
subs coming in. Yep.
We got 29 for the Riders, Riley Anderson, 5, Allison Ankerman, and 15, Caitlin Liette.
Yeah, so the starters will get a break here, Howie. I would expect it won't be a very long break, especially with the weather, as we talked about. The ladies are going to be a lot more durable tonight, that it finally got under 90 degrees for the first time in a while. But with all that, Howie, the field's in great condition.
It is.
They
really
keep
is.
Rough Rider Field in really good shape, and even after all that dry weather we've had, as you can see and the fans can see, it's in great shape.
Liette with a nice job just getting the ball out of play. Leads to a throw-in, but we have a couple subs coming in here for the Indians. We got 24, Summer Ewing, and 22, I believe, Ella Mortiz.
That was a good play for Liette. Again, how we would like to defend a throw-in if we can. The Lady Indians were maybe taking a run. Liette saw enough of that and cleared it out.
Like I said, what a beautiful pass, though, by the Indians with the throw-in connecting to the header, and then a possible attack here with another throw-in happening.
And Liette did it again. Saw the Indians on an attack, decided to clear it out, defend the throw-in.
Nice job by the Riders. Getting a step up by Ankerman, and Sofmaker taking her time. She's going to pass that ball up, but she sees Green connecting to Turner.
There's that contact we were talking about, Howie. A lot of battling, hands down, hips and shoulders.
And cleared away by the Indians. Nice job by Riley Anderson getting a touch, passing up to Davis. Indians using nice interception by Rabel, taken away once again by the Indians, and looking for a through ball. And Liette looks like she is just going to play it safe and gets the ball out of bounds, leads to a throw-in for the Indians.
Yeah, you really don't want to turn that ball, Howie. You played a lot of defense for the Rough Riders. You don't want to turn that one. You want to just kick it out of bounds.
Yep.
The risk of turning that ball is the Lady Indians can just run right through it.
Yep.
You're not looking there in the rearview mirror.
Straight
Liette
path.
again, 3 times in a row. Liette took a peek at the attacker and just went out of bounds with it. And look what it turned into, Rough Rider possession again.
Liette with some time, passes inside to Ankerman. Ankerman with the deflection to Rabel. Rabel trying to work down the sideline. Ball stays in bounds, and now they're calling it out, which will be a Riders ball.
Referee had a great view of that, even though Howie, you and I are sitting right on top of it. The whole ball has to go out. And the player can be out here. The player can be over the line.
Anywhere, yeah.
2 feet over the line, as long as the ball doesn't go across. Referee finally saw that ball broke the plane. The entire ball broke the plane. It's like Freewalt stepping up to the line, Howie, to get back into the game. Not surprising. Couple-minute rest for your starters and probably get those legs right back in there.
Yep. Leah with the ball again. Nice job by Jacobs. Connecting to Rabel. Trying to give and go. Not able to connect, but Rabel's going to get her foot on that and keep on contesting. And looks like we are going to have an offsides. Truly disciplined back defensive line that we have here.
Yeah, I would expect Indians coach to be chirping when you get that many offsides. I haven't heard anything yet. They're staying calm. And you want to push it. You want to push it to the absolute limit that you can. I think Freewalt came back into the game at that break. Nope, not yet. Can't sub on an offsides kick. Have to wait for a sideline ball or a goal kick.
Sofmaker still with the ball. And it's going to give a through ball up to Turner. Turner inside the box, keeper coming out. And it is outside of the hands of the keeper and leads to a corner kick.
Yep, calling the corner. Boy, very aggressive play by Bunk. You'll see the replay here. Oh, it's a goal.
And they said the contrary.
Okay. Yep,
it is a goal kick.
Our technical director, Logan Yelton, pointed out that it was a goal kick, even though Howie and I both thought it was a corner. But really, the aggressive play of Bunk there, it's a very risky play. If she makes that commitment, doesn't get there first, Rough Riders have 24 feet of open frame.
Mm-hmm. Looks like now Emma Freewalt's coming back in here for the Riders.
And returning for the Indians, number 1, Cameron Morris, number 7, Cameron Ridenour, and I think number 15, Allie Robert. Either checking into the game or returning to the game.
Kendall Davis outside the box. Passing to Turner. Turner to the inside, and nice job by Bunk getting her hands on that ball. Here's to the inside. Here's the connection. Kendall Davis with some serious contact, gets the foot off, and Turner with crossing the inside into the hands. And here's potential offensive attack that we had by the Indians. And it's going to lead to a corner kick here for Shawnee.
Boy, Triplett had a tough decision to make there. Either let that ball possibly have a shot on Brackman or no choice but to put it over the end line. Better than a shot on your keeper.
It is.
Corner kick's better than a shot on your keeper, but corners are always dangerous.
They
Anything
are.
can happen.
Yep.
And I think, Howie, you probably pointed out in the past, it's not the first kick on the corner that's usually the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It might go in. It's the deflections that come up.
Yep.
So let's see what angle of attack the Indians take with this. I think that was a missed attack.
An unlucky ball leads into the feet of Holsinger. And Holsinger kicking that up, and Bunk coming out of the box. Smart play by Bunk, but it gets deflected. And Freewalt's taking a shot into the hands of Bunk. Risky play by the keeper coming out, trying to get a better clear off, but led to St. Mary's possession again, and Emma Freewalt saw that the goal was open and decided, well, might as well.
Well, what do we know about Bunk so far, Howie? Very gutsy, very aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Nice job by Freewalt getting the ball out of bounds. Leads to a restart here for the Indians.
I think most keepers in that situation, Howie, and most coaches would say just clear it out if you're that far out of the box. She saw something, took a chance at it.
Yep. Indians trying to keep the ball down, but goes out of bounds. Freewalt now with the throw-in. Connecting to Holsinger. Holsinger dropping back to Freewalt. Unlucky touch. Goes out of bounds. Indians working some possession. Nice deflection by Jacobs. Indians back with possession. Working on the inside. Inside the box. Liette luckily able to get a foot on that as that offender was coming through. And like what I said earlier, Indians are going quickly with those throw-ins, making the most out of every opportunity.
Freewalt with a really good athletic play there. Not just cleared it out, Howie, but bounced it off of an Indian for a Rough Rider throw-in.
We have senior captain Reese Rabel returning back to the game.
And I think into the game for the Indians, number 19, Addison DeGranite.
Rabel maneuvering the ball, passing to Freewalt. St. Mary's trying to get some more space, and we're going to have a throw-in here for the Riders again. Rabel with the throw-in, connecting to Holsinger. Touches the ground, Sofmaker there. Sofmaker passes down to Holsinger. Holsinger decides to keep it, gets back up, shoes tied up, couple deflections, and smart play by the Indians getting it out of bounds leads to a throw-in here for the Riders.
Boy, Holsinger had the back beat there, and it kind of looked like she stepped on the back of her foot. Maybe she just slipped, but a tripping or an impediment would have been nice there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, referee's a lot closer than we are. I just like to call it, the way I see it.
Yeah.
Rabel with the throw-in.
Rabel trying to make a connection to Maker. Maker comes up with the ball, rolls the ball back, and crosses to the inside, trying to connect to Claire Turner. And we got a lucky opportunity here. And the Indians were able to clear the ball out, connecting, working that far side.
Somehow she kept the ball in.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a corner, then a throw-in for sure. Somehow she bent it right on the line. I mean, there's not a lot of wind, as we saw during the national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
The flag was flat.
Indian throw-in. Nice ground possession working the inside, and they utilize switching sides, and they're not going to call an offsides inside the box, but Liette is there. Unlucky touch.
Very nice.
Nice job by Triplett. Hustling back and leads to a corner kick here for the Indians.
Very
and we're going to
nice.
have a nice replay here.
Yep, Liette with the first stop here.
Liette getting back, gets a foot on, still goes forward, and then Triplett there to finally get the ball out and to intercept.
All right, we got a corner kick coming up for the Indians after a Rough Rider yard sale. Last corner, I think, was a miss, went above the 18. We'll see if they try to put it on frame this time.
Looks like a good high ball inside the box. Scary. And luckily it just goes to the left side of the post.
Ooh, that's terrifying, Howie.
See if we have a replay of this
We
one.
say the first one probably won't go in, but...
Yeah, Brackman just miscalculated a little bit, comes a little bit too far forward, and luckily goes to the left side of the post.
Brackman's tall, athletic, probably playing right about mid-net where the coach would want her, maybe two-thirds back, and now next time I bet she'll go to that two-thirds
She
mark.
definitely adjusts back, yeah. And looks like we're going to have a goal kick here for the Riders. Subs coming in, we got number 12, Jillian Tomberland, 5, Allison Ankerman, and 2, Jillian Jacobs.
So we're just under 16 minutes here, Howie. Score 0-0 at Rough Rider Field. If anybody's just tuning in, Rough Riders had 2 shots on goal and 3 corner kicks. Indians 2 shots, 2 corner kicks, and 1 save.
Honestly, very evenly matched ball game right now.
So far it has been.
Shot deflected off. Jillian Tomberland trying to clear the ball up. Good effort by Brackman getting her hands on it. See if St. Mary's can get the ball out, and we are going to have a foul called.
So the foul was called on the shot, and they're going to be looking for a direct kick outside the box here. That's what Coach Wilson's going to be asking.
We're going to have a replay here. So here you see Jacobs come up, hands are up, and the shot's off, and it's called. And I think Brackman kind of heard that whistle and
laid down a little bit. I think he probably played to the whistle a little bit beyond there, but we'll see what happens with the direct here on the just outside of the box. Direct kick coming up, Howie.
Brackman adjusting the wall. Turner comes up. Short pass led directly to a kick, deflected away though. Shot up and goes to the left side. 3 events that we did not like to see there, but luckily nothing went into the back of the net.
Well, that was relaxing, Howie. And really, the Indians, it's a great question. They want that goal, but you're right. Brackman, at that point, she heard the whistle, maybe thought it was an offsides or a penalty, and didn't really – it's not that she couldn't she may not have been able to get to it. It was a high kick.
It was. With that direct, though, The Indians saw a different opportunity. They went short. We had nobody there, so that's something I'm sure the writers will be adjusting on, make sure everybody's marked up.
Yeah, and you just mentioned that Brackman was adjusting the wall, and at the last moment you see they put a fifth player into that wall, which left that Indian right at the top of the 18 wide open. You're right, though, Howie. Very evenly matched so far.
And we're going to have an offsides called.
Well, Howie, I'm not sure about the Indians, Coach, but I'm pretty sure Coach Wilson has a special practice after a bunch of offsides. I think there's a special workout. If the Indians have that, they're going to be worn out this next week.
Yep.
Rough Riders pick up another sideline ball. We got a throw in coming up.
Tomberlin taking it, but
maybe asking for subs.
Looks like we do have a sub. We got 17. Kendall Davis coming into the ball game. Nice job at Claire Turner as she comes off the field to get rested up.
Well, the Rough Riders definitely escaped on that one. A couple of really good opportunities on goal. But the first one, Howie, we got distracted by the penalty. Brackman did her job. She got that first stop.
She did. Soph Manker working the inside, passing to Freewalt. Freewalt with a kick, and it goes high.
That's a great play, Howie. Manker seeing Freewalt up there at the beyond the 18 for a shot, and Freewalt just skies that one into the concession stand. But you never know if you put that in the top corner.
We got number 3 coming in here for the Riders. We got Scheiplein and number 23, Patterson.
So, Howie, back to what we were saying, Brackman made that big stop, and then the Rough Riders defense did exactly what they should do. Keeper's job is one stop. And she knocked it in front of her. And then, I don't know if it was Tomberlin, came flying in there.
Yep, she did.
Came flying in there and cleared that ball. You have to do that for your keeper.
It's a must. Nice step by Jacobs. And we now have possession here for the Riders. See if we can get the ball down. Intercepted away by the Indians. Cleared up into the feet of Kendall Davis. And potential offensive counter right here. Nice job by Triplett using her speed. She gets to that ball first. Contact. Ref says nothing. Ball's still up, and Freewall is there trying to clear the ball up. See if Anchorman is able to calm anything down, and we do have a foul called on the Indians.
A little too much contact there. The first one that the crowd and everybody wanted was really, I guess both players are going direction of the ball. Ref decided it was 50-50. That last one, though, a little too much with the hands. And the referees are going to allow a lot of contact in direction of the ball, but if you're going opposite direction of the ball, they're going to call it quick. And if the hands come up, they're going to, especially two hands like that play, they're going to call it really quickly.
Jacobs with some space decides to pass it up to Anchorman, and leads to a throw-in here for the Riders. Ball up to Manker. Manker on that far left side. Trying to see a couple options, see if she can drop the ball back. Using her foot skills, trying to get to the inside. Finally drops back to Jacobs. And looks like we're going to have another foul called.
Indians are a little bit frustrated with that one, but it was it looked like a good call, a lot of contact down there. And Manker working hard in the corner to get that ball out of there. Looks like Manker with the direct, see what the play is here, how if she's going to put it right on frame. And she might be asking for a distance, which I don't blame her.
Yeah.
It looks, and the Indians did the right thing. You don't want to let them just have a quick kick on that one. If you step right up to it, they might card you, but maybe go 5 or 6 steps, and they're going to come step you off like she did. Slows the Rough Riders down just a little bit there.
10 yards have been set, and ball is now up in the air. Nice foot by Manker connecting to Holsinger. Holsinger trying to work it in. Cleared out by the Indians a little bit. Back to the inside to Freewalt. And officially now cleared up by the Indians.
That pass was just a little wide off the Rough Riders. Some players checking in now, Howie.
We got 26, Claire Turner coming in.
3 returning to the game for Shawnee.
Scheiplein.
And I think 10 and 22 came into the game for the Lady Indians.
10, we have Carter, and then 22,
Mortiz.
Mortiz.
So we've had a very even attack both ways, Howie. And you see by the stats, Rough Riders with 3 shots on goal and Indians with 4.
And ball is finally called for offsides. Ref waited quite a bit on that one. Everybody was anticipating and waiting.
Yeah, I guess the referee's seeing how it's going to play out. Of course, we'd like to have that call a lot faster.
Yes. Jacobs there restarting, connecting to Holsinger. Holsinger getting the ball up, trying to connect to another black jersey, but it's cleared away by the Indians. Kendall Davis passing up to Turner. Turner with 1 touch, deflected away by the Indians, leads to a throw-in for the Riders.
Coming up on 8 minutes left in the half, Howie. Manker working hard against 2 players down there, deep in Indians territory.
Freewall still with the ball, and nothing called. It's going to be a goal kick for the Indians.
Rough Riders and Coach Wilson are asking for the corner on that one, thinking there was a deflection. I think he even asked nicely, but no change. Howie, I'd say the 50-50 balls are pretty even so far. Both teams are fighting hard, being very mobile when the ball's up in the air like that.
So if Manker with her eyes up, connecting to Tomberlin. Tomberlin trying with 1 touch. Unlucky swing and miss by the Indians with a beautiful left foot by Turner, and it goes high and wide.
Well, a rare miss by the Indians' backs, and Howie, you'd probably prefer a touch there than just swing away.
Yep.
Some of that you might see is fatigue, and I'm not sure which player did that for the Indians. She may have been in for a while, a little fatigue. You don't want to take time for a touch. I'm sure the coach would tell her at halftime, take the touch.
Yep. Better play it safe than sorry. It was definitely a scoring opportunity by the Riders.
And, you know, our field, as we said, is in great condition. The ball is going to be very predictable. There's a lot of places you've played and we've broadcasted from that are not that predictable. You really want to settle that ball before you just try to kick it like that. It's pretty rare at the varsity level to see that, but when it happens, heart attack special.
Yep. Kelly controlling the ball as an Indian is there to contest. And the Shawnee trying to clear the ball out. Back into possession of Tomberlin. Tomberlin to Davis. Nice ground passes to Holsinger. Holsinger working outside. And it looks like we're going to have a Rider throw-in.
Rabel with the throw-in.
Holsinger wants that ball, but deflected away by Shawnee. And Shawnee now working this near sideline. Great interception by Triplett. Unlucky touch, still into the possession of Shawnee. And looks like nothing is called. Possible attack, but Triplett there utilizing her speed and just goes left inches of that left post.
Well, that was a great stop. I could have sworn it was offsides, and I was waiting for the referee who likes to delay so much anyway for the offsides.
Yeah.
And the Indians wanted a call back here a moment ago anyway. They were really asking for the call.
Yeah. Looks like we got another sub coming in for the Indians. We have
7 and 16.
7. Riddenauer and 16. Schaff.
Looks like Brackman's going to take the goal kick. Just under 5 minutes left in the half, Howie. And a very evenly matched game. Not a lot of big ball play. A little bit from the Rough Riders. Shawnee looks like a lot of small ball.
A lot of
triangulation, small passes.
They keep their shape and they move that ball that way.
And they keep a lot of possession by doing so.
Unlucky touch. Once again, just inches away from that left post. That's 2 in a row. Let's see if the Riders are able to get this ball out.
Yeah, that's always a little bit tense when a player deflects it like that and then it goes off another one of your players. Keeper's going one way, ball goes the other way.
Yeah. We now have a corner kick here for the Indians. Got 14 taking it.
Yep, Neth for the Indians taking the corner.
And the ball is up. Nice high ball working that inside middle. And looks like we had a knee connecting, and the ball does go into the back of the net here with 4 minutes remaining in this first half. See if we got a replay here showing the angle. We know that the ball is now up. Everybody's moving. And it looks like 16 with that left leg making that first connection, and the ball does go into the back of the net.
Let's take a look at this one more time. Brackman stays on the line right where she should be, right where she belongs. And unfortunately, another Rough Riders could get to the ball first before it goes off the leg of one of the Indians. Really about 3 deep there before she gets it off the left leg into the back of the net. And that's what we said, Howie, about corner kicks are very dangerous. Should have an offsides coming up here in a moment. Those corner kicks are very dangerous. And as typical, the first kick doesn't go in, but then after that, if you don't get the first touch, a lot can happen after that.
Yep, it can.
That was one of the first ones, corner kicks for the Indians that Riders didn't get first touch on.
Yeah. And, you know, with a goal like that, it doesn't have to look pretty at all. Just that slight deflection, who knows where the ball is going to go.
Well, and after a couple of mishandled corners by the Indians, they really put that one textbook. I mean,
they did. They really did.
Put it in a better spot.
Triplet, thinking of her options, decides to bring the ball back into the middle, connecting to Rabel. Holsinger contesting, trying to turn on the Jets, and it's going to be a throw-in here for the Riders.
One thing we haven't seen either, Howie, from either teams is a drop to the keeper.
Yeah, that is true.
That situation right there would have been a perfect. I think the Indian player even looked at the keeper, took a quick look, and decided to change her mind at the last moment there. But that's going to be a really good play.
Soph Mager with a beautiful shot with the left foot, sees it, but it looks like Bunk is there and gets her hands on the ball.
Boy, Menker really bent that.
She did.
Pretty sure Menker's a righty.
Is she a righty?
Maybe not. Tonight she isn't. She bent that ball perfectly, and the little bit of wind we've got really helped bend that ball right to the back post.
Shawnee once again going quickly with the throw-in. We got both bodies flying into each other, and Indian possession. Beautiful through ball. Nothing's called. And Brackman steps out. Nice job by Brackman. Depending on what the ref is going to call and how long he's waiting, you're going to want to play it as the ball is still onside.
This is still live, yeah. I would call live chicken there because the delayed offsides, which, by the way, I think that was offsides. I prefer if the ref would put their arm up and just leave it there to see what the possession's going to do.
Ball in the top of the box, left foot up. And just goes wide of the right post.
Yep, no touch, no deflection, so we should have a goal kick coming up for the Rough Riders. We got under 2 minutes left in the half, Howie, and the Indians up 1-0. Scored just a moment ago off a corner kick.
Brackman setting the ball down, looking at her options. You can either go short, goes long, not able to connect to another rider. Nice job by Jacob stepping up. She now has the ball. It works to the inside to Soph Manker. Manker put her eyes up. She's going to go long ball, working down to Jacobs.
Ball still in play.
And looks like we're going to have St. Mary's throwing.
Throw in Manker. Yep.
Manker's going quickly to Turner. Turner wants that ball. She's going to try and turn that around.
Just
drops
under a minute here, Howie.
Drops back to Manker. Manker trying to get a cross off, and looks like we do have a foul called on the Indians. Got 40 seconds remaining. Let's see what Manker decides to do with the ball. Beautiful ball into the middle. Oh, not able to connect to a rider, and restarted now by the Indians.
Like to see a Rough Rider sitting on the keeper on that one, Howie, and not get a straight ball right into her hands. Any kind of distraction there.
Tomlin goes quickly, trying to connect to Rabel, not connecting, and the Indians clear the ball up. Triplet with some time, and goes out of bounds. Looks like we have a throw-in for the Indians. We got 5 seconds remaining, and this will conclude your first half. Well, Lance, what do you think? What you seeing right now?
After 40 minutes of play, Howie, I think we saw what we expected with a lot of physical nature, a lot of hips and shoulders, a lot of asking for calls, and a few of them they got. And both teams have won corners. Rough Riders started with more corners right off the bat and didn't connect on any of them. And it just takes one, and Shawnee off a corner, no Rough Rider touches it, and goes off the knee of a player.
It does.
Not the head,
Yep.
not the foot, but off a knee of a player into the back of the net. And Brackman played it exactly where she should have been. Just nothing you could do. Nothing the keeper could have done on that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that concludes the first half. We'd like to thank all of you for tuning in, and we will be right back.
Albert Sporting Goods, American Legion Post 323, All Glaze Equipment Rental, Capabilities, David Wabacher Attorney, Eagles 767, FCA, Fowler's TV, Freedom Marketing Strategies, Grand Lake Roofing, Guarneri's Pizzeria, Jackalope Stash, Larry Schaff Auto Sales, Laura Yelton State Farm, MHS Alumni Foundation, Miller Funeral Homes, Minster Bank, Plus One Professional Real Estate, Ryder Rooters, Roots Pub, St. Mary's Foundry, Sean Barnett Electrical, Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center, Spring Street Storage, TSC, and Varsity Lanes.
Alrighty, and we are back here for the second half. Sure, both coaches on each side have talked about what they're going to be working on, what they're going to change and adjust. What are your thoughts on what we're going to see on the second half, Lance?
You know, I think Coach Wilson probably talked about not defending the corner, but preventing the corner.
Preventing,
right? It's
that
so
is
hard to defend the
beautifully
corner. So
said. Yeah.
probably first things first is for the defense, maybe a slide tackle, as long as you're not from behind, which our defenders are never coming in from behind the Shawnee attack. Take an angle, slide tackle, get the ball out of bounds, do what you can to defend that goal line.
Yeah. And just thinking of the pace of the game, you know, you got to thank some people who help out on the sidelines. All of the ball girls here. We have Emery Verbereich, we have Callie Hughes, we have Harper Cable, and Kenna Fulmer. So thank you to all of your service here for the Lady Riders.
It's very important, and I know we talk about it on the PA sometimes, Howie. The sideline, the ball boys and ball girls have a very important job to keep the pace of the game going. They've done a great job tonight.
They have.
Having two on each side really helps.
It does. Do you know that back in like 2013, I remember being a ball boy?
By yourself, running 110 yards. And if you're not like, right on the spot with that ball, you're going to hear it.
Yep. And St. Mary's is going quick. Turner with the ball. Turner connecting to Manker. Taken away. Intercepted, though, by Freewalt. Freewalt trying to work up the middle. And we're now back to Shawnee possession. Shawnee going with a nice through ball, utilizing that space, seeing where it goes. Now working this near side. Let's see what the Indians do. And instead of crossing immediately, taking a step back, and ball goes out of bounds.
Got a goal kick coming up for the Rough Riders. So, Howie, the reason that Menker is so good with the left foot is because she is a lefty.
She's a lefty.
Which is hard to tell because she's really good with the right foot as well.
Yeah.
We've been watching her play varsity since a freshman, started as a freshman several times, and I completely forgot, but now I see why she's taking that corner kick on the opposite side.
Yeah, and Manker's ability just to move around that ball and manipulate the ball is incredible. Manker with her eyes up, connecting a beautiful ball to Holsinger. Holsinger takes a shot, and it just goes high. But that's a great opportunity by the Riders. She definitely might lose some sleep over that one, but here's the replay.
Check this out on the Larry Schaff Auto Sales replay.
Beautiful ball connected to Holsinger. Holsinger with the right foot, and just inches off that crossbar.
I don't know if Menker's going to the Rough Rider School of Medicine, but she was a surgeon on that play. Like a scalpel put that ball through. There was a ball and a half diameter, and somehow she put it through there.
She did. Nice job of Menker. Turner connecting to Freewalt. Freewalt connecting to Davis. Davis dropping back to Jacobs. And great foot skills by Kendall Davis. Just a little bit too much heat, and it does go out of bounds, not able to connect to Turner. Throw in here for the Indians.
This is a good spot to defend a throw in here. Howie, deep in Indians territory. Rough Riders still have a big advantage right here.
Nice job by Turner dropping back to Davis. Davis's pass just not able to connect, but back into the possession of St. Mary's. Turner now with the ball on that left side. Just too big of a touch, but gets a foot on it, connecting to Holsinger. And it looks like we have a call. Potential foul on the Riders.
I think that was contact in the box there, Howie. Maybe a little bit too much contact. And we do have a Shawnee player limping up there.
There it was by
just,
Turner.
Just outside the box by Turner. Let's see that one more time if we can.
Looks like she caught up her foot.
Yeah. I think so. I don't know. The replay there caught just as the contact was probably already happened. It'll be a direct kick just outside the box. Boy, we had a really good opportunity there. We had a 2-on-1, and the right 2-on-1 coming up there. You had Holsinger and Menker on the left side, dangerous with that left foot. But Rough Riders had two quick opportunities in the half here, and I think they're going to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, the pressure right now is spectacular.
Rare miss by Menker, but check out where this throw-in is. We're very deep, 100 yards from Brackman right here. Great spot to defend a throw-in, and I love how the Rough Rider backs are pushing way up into Indian territory.
Yeah.
They're creating a wall back there.
Got some contact happening. Looks like it's going to be called against the Indians.
Yep, we'll have a direct kick coming up for the Rough Riders. I think we're in range here, Howie, to maybe try to put one on net. The wind's kicked up just a little bit in the face of the Rough Riders. Maybe take a shot at it, or might see an open player here.
Looks like Jacobs is here taking the direct, connecting nicely to Manker. Manker with a beautiful ball to Turner. Turner with the cross to the inside. Rabel with the ball, cleared away by the Indians. Jillian Tomberlin takes a shot. Oh, bounces off the bar. Still a live ball. Manker with it on the inside. Dribbles around. Turner there. Ball still live. Oh.
Eventually, there was a call there, and they're calling that the keeper had her hands on the ball.
Okay, they're calling
the keeper had the hands on the ball. Yeah, but Manker wasn't giving up.
We're gonna have beautiful job by Manker. There's the keeper. We weren't able to see it.
Maybe it was before that. Maybe it was before the replay there that she may have put her hands on it because they called.
And the unfortunate thing about all that is the defenders for Shawnee were wondering what was happening. They didn't know if the call had happened, but some of their backs were away from the ball. Potential threat here on the counter for the Indians, taking the shot, and a beautiful ball just in that bottom right corner, and it was able to get through.
Ooh, that's frustrating, Howie. We got a replay coming up here. Check out what happened.
Nice job
deep
by
ball to Rough Rider territory on the right-hand side.
Shaft just takes that low ball.
And took the short side. We got this replay coming up again on the Larry Schaff Auto Sales replay. And watch her take it on the short side. She had the wide-open deep side. She went on the short side on Brackman. And kind of like a PK there, Howie, even though it was a deep shot, Brackman kind of had to make a choice because she was really kind of left hanging on that one.
She was. And just to let you know, that is Schaff is the one who scored the first goal as well at the 4-minute mark remaining in the half.
So Schaff's got both
Schaff
goals.
has both goals.
Here, one off the knee on the corner kick and now on a breakaway.
St. Mary's isn't done, though. Unlucky touch leads to a goal kick.
Not done. Well, and this is the way soccer works, Howie. The ball this half has been down, in this half of the game, has been down on this half of the field the entire time. Rough Riders have possession. They put a lot of pressure on the Indians. They've had shots on goal. And the last one, the one that Bunk ended up jumping on, that was hands to the top bar.
That was hands to the top bar. That's a tough one to defend right there.
Really tough, yep. So I think they're going to keep the pressure on. The Riders tasted it. They could feel it. They were right there. And they're going to keep the pressure on here.
Talking about the intensity of the game, though, you just see the contact that's happening right now between these two teams. Claire Turner still with the ball. Oh, beautiful idea taking a shot off the right foot. Goes to the right of the post.
Well, Turner's having a good time down here. Tons of contact.
Yeah. Not
calling for a foul. Not getting emotional. She gets hit. What does she do? Comes up with a really nice shot.
Keeps on going. Nice chest by Holsinger. Leads, though, to possession for Shawnee. Beautiful touch by Triplet Davis. Love how Tomberlin was stepping to that ball.
Yep, creating a little bit of pressure to make the Indians make a mistake.
Nice job by Jacobs. First going inside, then realizing that's probably not the best idea. Goes back outside, still with the ball. Turner trying to work the ball, trying to get to it. Looked like we had all ball, and they are going to call.
I think she got the call just because she was behind her. That's the only reason she got it. On the replay, you'll see her coming up just behind, a little too much contact there. But we got to talk about Jacobs for a moment there.
Oh my,
what a possession.
Yeah.
Brings it up the west side of the field and up against an attack and keeps the ball 3 times away from the attack and then finally puts a through ball down to the Rough Riders for a really deep attack for the Rough Riders, all off the foot of Jacobs. Got a throw-in coming up for the Indians here, and a handful of Indians coming in. 3:23 and 40 coming into the game for the Indians.
3, we got Scheiplein, and then 23 Patterson,
and 40.
And 40 Betts.
And
Morgan Betts.
No changes for the Rough Riders at this point. Indians working deep in Rough Rider territory. Jacobs working hard to defend the ball. And Jacobs is doing a great job of preventing any kind of a shot and takes it away again on the goal line, clears it out. now decides to defend a throw-in.
Wind's definitely
Picking
up
bit,
now.
yeah, just a little bit coming out of the east.
Throwing here for the Riders. Connected to Turner. Turner with the beautiful ball passing up to Manker. Manker looking for an option. Allows Turner to step up and taken away by the Indians. I just saw 2 Megs in a row. 2 balls going through the 2 legs of the defendant.
I like how the Rough Riders are really helping each other out right now. You got 1-on-2, a little bit of trouble, and a player steps right up to help out.
Mm-hmm.
In that last series, I think that was Davis. It didn't like what she saw, came over to the sidelines to help out. And that's Davis again, stopping the ball deep in their territory, and should have a goal kick coming up for the Rough Riders. And I know the Rough Riders have had Brackman mostly taking the goal kicks, different strategies from different teams.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they'll have a back take it, keeper covers net. In this case, Brackman usually takes it for us.
And nice job by, I don't know who that was, who our defender was, but it was a short ball. And then quick pressure by the Indians, and we were able to get a foot off of that, clear the ball up.
That was Triplet down there that received that pass from Brackman.
All right, looks like we have a corner kick here for the Indians. We got subs coming in. We got number 12, Jemiah,
and 10
Carter
coming in for the Indians. Well, Howie, the wind is definitely changing here a little bit, picking up from being flat. I don't know that it'll affect the game much, but we'll see what the Indians do for this corner.
And the kick is up. Nice high ball going through the middle. And it looks like Shawnee was able to get ahead on that, but it did go to the right side of the post.
Every corner is terrifying in its own way, Howie. Mm-hmm. And before I forget, the Rough Riders have done a good job at we've talked about different angles of attack. You go maybe a through ball, which Rough Riders live on that, which I would too, coming up to Menker. On that, but the Rough Riders are taking it down deep to a flag and turned a regular play into a corner. I think that's a great.
That is. Manker's still going.
Yep, when you can do it, deep to the flag and then center it up.
Passing to the inside to Davis. Not enough power on that pass, but we do have a throw in here for the Riders. Turner taking the throw in. Turner connecting to Manker. Goes a little far. And Shawnee's like, we're getting that ball out of here.
Great spot for a throw-in for the Rough Riders. Boy, if you could throw it in to the net right here, put it on frame, you could turn this throw into a corner.
You could.
Well, 2/3 of the way there is pretty good.
It was.
Should we have another Rough Rider throw-in coming up.
Looks like Jacobs is.
Yep, sending in Jacobs. So they had Turner on the last one, change it up a little bit, Jacobs to Menker.
I love how Manker just takes her time. Super calm with whatever decision she makes. Beautiful ball up in the air. Ball down on the ground, and didn't have a rider there to get around the keeper. But beautiful execution by the Riders on the offensive attack.
We were just talking about getting it deep into the corner, Howie, and then turning a regular play into a corner. That's what Menker did. Left foot of Menker. Beautiful line drive. Bunk just gets to it first, but knocks it down, and the Riders don't give up. They rush that keeper, which they should.
And it looks like we're going to have an offsides call on Shawnee.
Well, for a team that's offsides a lot, they somehow got 2 goals in.
They somehow do have 2
tough
goals.
ones.
Yeah.
And I think they're a coach to go shoulder to shoulder and just take that chance of an offsides.
Yep. Shawnee working that left side, going into the middle, and looks like we do have a corner kick now for Shawnee. I do got to say, going back a couple plays, Jillian Tomberlin, when Shawnee was on that counter attack, realizing how high our line was, quickly, getting that ball out of bounds and letting us reset.
Yep.
So nice job by Tomberlin.
All right, we got a corner kick coming up for the Indians. After settling their corner kicks down, they've really put them on frame, so hopefully Rough Riders get first touch or Brackman snatches this out of the air.
Another high, beautiful ball right in the middle. And ball's kind of bouncing around everywhere inside the box, up in the air. And let's see if St. Mary's can get it cleared out. And we're going to have a goal kick now
So at least on that one, Howie, Rough Riders had the first touch on that corner kick, and that's really important to get that first touch. It could deflect again, but at least they got it first.
They did, yeah. We got subs coming in. We got 29, Riley Anderson, 15, Caitlin Liette, and number 5, Allison Ankerman.
Couple of subs stepped up to the sidelines for Shawnee. Didn't get up there in time, so they're going to have to wait for the next one. There's that built-up goal kick that they did again. I think that was Brackman to Triplet, which is working well for the Riders to get the pressure off.
Great step by Davis. Davis looking for another potential pass-through by Holsinger, but Holsinger decides to go with Manker.
You saw Manker give a hand signal there. She felt good about it. Definitely had the back beat. Ball just couldn't get through the back line of the Indians.
Holsinger here with the ball, trying to get a through ball up to Manker. And Riley Anderson with one on. Gets a touch on, connecting to Rabel. And we got Scheiplein working hard down that side. And a couple deflections, ball still inside the box, and the Riders were able to clear it out.
Yeah, Scheiplein just got the step on Anderson there, and then it was chase time.
It was.
And fortunately, Anderson was able to grab that ball and get it over to Triplet. Couple subs coming in, Howie. I think number 7, number 24 for the Indians.
Looks like we got 24, Ewing, and then Riddenauer for number 7.
Was a quick hit off of Shawnee. Now, that was a different attack. We were talking that Shawnee has not been a big ball player, but that was a big ball hit.
Shawnee looks like they're really trying to get that ball where they want it, taking their time. Now restarting here for the Riders is Brackman.
Very few punts in this game so far. How you've noticed we've had 3 or 4 times the number of corner kicks that we've had punts.
Yes.
Normally you'd have goal kicks would be 10-1 over corners, and punts would be 5-1 over corners. But in this game, I've only seen Bunk and Brackman punted a couple of times. Ooh, a very close opportunity there for Shawnee, broken up by the Rough Riders again.
Nice job by Allison Ankerman contesting and winning that ball.
Yeah, Ankerman, the sophomore, but no fear coming in with a lot of contact.
Riley Anderson trying to get the step. Davis trying to work the ball, still possession for the Indians. Indians try to work the ball to the inside, and it's cleared out by the Riders.
So there's plenty of time here, Howie. No reason to panic, but we do need to get the ball back down on this end and get that attack going like we saw right in the beginning of this half. Shawnee can afford right now for a big ball game, right? Because they can burn clock with every big hit.
Okay, Holsinger now with the ball. Holsinger passing up to Manker. Manker's going to try and utilize this space. She passes to Ankerman. Not able to connect, but Holsinger's there trying to win the ball. Back to Jacobs. Jacobs is doing a nice job using that right side of the field. Nice job by the Riders using all forms of the field. We got Reese down that far side. Reese is going to try and get across. Down on the ground. And it's going to get into the hands of Bunk.
Oh, that was a really nice combination, Howie. That's the kind of attack you want to see. Very patient attack, using their overlapping runs, a lot of triangles, starting off the foot of Liette. Working the free wall.
Nice job by Liette winning that
with a
ball.
big takeaway.
Bravo. Holsinger, she wants it. She's going to get that ball. Ankerman getting a step up, has a couple around her, trying to connect to Manker. See if St. Mary's can control this ball down a little bit.
Good work on the 50-50 ball again.
Scheiplein, she's on this near side, gets tripped up by Anderson. That is going to be a foul. We're going to have a direct kick here.
Direct outside the box. And Howie, our fans have been around soccer long enough now, and I really love this. We're not just cheering for the goals. We're cheering for a huge takeaway that Leah just had. 2/3 of the field that the Indians were working down on us, and Leah has a big takeaway. And you got to get excited about that stuff. You got to get excited about a 50-50 ball, and you got to get excited about a young player taking the ball away from the Indians. Everything they do now is a win. Little wins will build.
Yes. Direct is up, and it's down in the box and goes directly to Brackman. Close call. You know, you don't want to see that ball go down on the ground a couple times.
Nope. And that time it was first touch Rough Riders. Had the first touch, kind of a judo karate kick out. And then Indians got it, and then into the hands of Brackman. What you got to think there, Brackman just happens to be there.
Right
She's
there.
got really sure hands. But that ball goes to either corner of that 24-foot. There's only this much Brackman.
Yep.
Right?
That's tough, and that would be unfortunate.
Now, I think we had a penalty assessed against Indians, so we have a direct kick coming up for Rough Riders.
Nice touch by Manker, controlling that ball down. Trying to get a connection to Kendall Davis, but Kendall's picking up her speed, wins the ball, drops it back to Anchorman. Anchorman trying to cross to the inside, and it is cleared out by the Indians.
We're doing the right thing, Howie, bringing our backs way up to the midline, at least to the midline or more. Here's Liette now working on the east side. Lots of hands in the back.
Right. Nothing called, and looks like we do have a whistle now.
I assume that's going to be a penalty against the Indians. It's going to be a throw-in for the Indians. Maybe. Well, I guess we'll see. Maybe it's a throw-in for the Rough Riders.
Looks like we have...
Throw-in Indians.
I think they called...
I think it was a penalty against the Indians. This is what we saw, and because whoever it was on the Indians had her hands all over Liette.
Yeah. Some mass confusion right there with both teams.
Yeah, I think they just weren't
figure
sure.
out what the refs were trying to call.
And there was frustration from both sides because both of them wanted some kind of a call.
Yeah.
And finally, I think the referees did confer and get the right call there. The referees are probably wearing headsets, Howie, they usually are. It's hard to see, and they're talking to each other as the game's going on.
Okay, St. Mary's really working the inside right now. Anderson back with Scheiplein. Scheiplein with a potential threat. Takes a shot and deflected away by Brackman. It just goes left. You know, that's a scoring opportunity that we don't want to see right now, but nice job by Brackman, able to get her hands on that.
Great work by Brackman. No need to catch that ball. You want your hands behind the ball. Again, worth it to have a corner. As scary as these corners are, definitely worth it. All right, we got a corner kick coming up for the Indians. Hopefully Brackman gets a hands on it first.
Corner will be taken by number 14, Addison Neth.
Yep, Neth with the corner. Neth had a corner down on our end here at the first half.
And nice high ball up in the air. And still inside the box.
Good work by Liette. Good work by Liette, and maybe a deflection. Unfortunately, nope. Another corner coming up, and we have a host of players coming in from both teams.
We got number 12, Jillian Tomberlin, 26, Claire Turner, 4, Olivia Halco, 2, Jillian Jacobs. We got 9 coming in, Riley Ludicky.
15, 19, 22, and 28 for the Indians.
15, Roberts, help me out again, Lance.
19.
DeGranrut.
22. Mortiz. And I think I saw 28, I think. Izelli, which I don't think we've seen her in yet tonight. Rough Riders escape another one there and now take possession of the ball in the middle of the field.
Nice job. Great step by Triplett. Triplett wants this ball. She's going to use her speed. She's really going to try and work this ball.
Use everything she's got. She is not going to leave this ball go. Good work by Triplett.
And looks like we do have a foul called. It is called on the Riders.
Nobody liked it. Nobody liked that one, Howie. I'm not sure. I think Trippett was just working hard there. I'm not sure what the call was. And
don't know what the call was.
No need to bring up the replay on that one. Referees saw something we didn't see, and Indians are going to have a direct kick.
And the ref saw something she didn't like. And nope, just stepping up for the 10. Clarifying that.
So what the Rough Riders did there is they risked kind of a delay there by stepping up to the ball, a little bit of frustration, stopped the game. Referee did the right thing, just counted off 10 steps, and Coach Wilson had some questions about that one for sure.
All right, we got one coming in here for the Shawnee Indians, which is Morris.
Yep, Morris returning to the game. We've got a goal kick coming up for the Rough Riders. Now the Rough Riders captains are going to do their job here. They're going to settle the ladies down. The coaches are going to do their job, settle them down, and remind them there's time in this game.
Mm-hmm.
There's a penalty for coming up against the Indians. Rough Riders will have a direct kick. Yeah, I mean, you're one goal away from one goal, right?
You are one goal away from one goal.
You get one in, and now you're getting now you're within one, right? And that's what the Rough Riders need to do. They just need to get on the board, and you've seen how quickly a game can change.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of time for the Rough Riders. They just got to reset to their game.
See if Jacobs can control this ball down and get some possession working up. We do have potential attack here by Shawnee. Right foot is on, and the ball does go to the left end of the goal, and it goes into the back of the net. And let's see if we can have a replay here.
Got the Larry Schaff Auto Sales replay.
There's that left foot, and yeah, just a quick adjustment of the hips, and that ball just goes to the back of the net on that far left side.
We'll maybe take a look at this one again when we get a chance. Brackman stretched out, did everything she could.
There it is.
Yep.
Yeah, quickly just moving over and trying to adjust.
And that was number 10, Carter, for the Indians. That through ball just snuck through our midline, just got through the backs. And then Carter took advantage of that. And Brackman laid out, did everything she could do on that one.
She did.
Even Brackman, was as tall as she is, as athletic as she is, from tip to toe, right? I mean, tip of her finger to toe, she can cover a lot of 7 feet probably at least. But the goal's 24 feet.
It is, yeah.
So even with a jump, it was just out of the reach of her. And that really, Carter did not have much of an angle left on that, really put it in the smallest space she could have.
Another potential attack. Here's 15 with the shot, and ball goes back to the top right of the net. Looked like it was number 16 again. Number 16 who scored the first 2 goals, and just really difficult to get with the placement of that ball.
That was Schaff on the Larry Schaff Auto Sales replay. So 4-0. Rough Riders have not been able to respond since the beginning of this half, Howie, when they put a lot of pressure on. Now, it's never out of reach because the Shawnee Indian just showed how quickly you can score. But the Rough Riders, just in the last couple minutes, it's been through ball after through ball that the Indians have been able to get through there. I'm not sure what changed, but they changed their angle of attack, and it's really worked out well for them.
Wonderful step by Freewell. Freewell still wants this, one of your senior captains. And Bunk steps out, clears the ball up.
Yeah, at this point for Shawnee, possession is as important as just keeping the Rough Riders off the attack.
Great job by Rabel utilizing her body, creating that space between the defender. And back to Rabel. Rabel working this left side and goes out of bounds. Going to be a throw in here for the Riders.
Yep, cleared out by Morris of the Indians.
Rabel connecting to Manker. Manker back to Rabel. Here comes the cross. Stays on the ground, deflected by Freewalt. And we got another throw.
Cleared out again. Manker throw in.
Okay. Connected to Kelly Holsinger, and Shawnee clears it out again.
Cleared out again.
Rabel taking it. Ball to Freewalt. Freewalt still with the ball. Drops it back to Jacobs. Jacobs dribbling up. passes out to Rabel. Rabel with the cross, potential shot, and there was a bounce right there.
Well, I like that. I like that. And our viewers may not be able to tell. We got a little bit of drizzle here, Howie. That ball gets wet. First thing you tell your players, put it on the keeper right away. A lot can happen with a wet ball. And you saw Bunk had really sure hands on that because Holsinger was coming in hot for any kind of a deflection.
Nice containment, nice defense by Piper Triplett.
Yep, Triplett working hard down there and into the hands of Brackman for a good Rough Rider stop on that one. Hopefully we'll get a nice change of possession here, Howie, and get something into the back of the net, get the Rough Riders some life.
Got a throw in here for Shawnee, but a number of subs coming in. Here for the Riders, we got 38, which is Eliana Weigel.
14, 18, and 23 returning to the game for the
14 Neth, 18 Garlock, and 23, which is Bren Patterson.
Manker getting a little bit of a rest here. I wouldn't expect she's going to be out for very long. You notice the attack for the Rough Riders, how he happens a lot on the left side of the field, probably because of Manker being a lefty.
Yeah.
The trouble is the other players, it's really hard to center it up when you're using your opposite foot.
Yep.
Although, as you said, for Manker, it's hard to tell which foot is really your strong one. For
true.
sure, she may be born with the left foot, but the right foot's very strong too. But you've seen Rabel down here working really well with the left foot as well.
She really has. Kendall Davis working that ball. Does get through. Still possession with the Shawnee Indians. And Tomberlin there stepping up. Let's see what she does with the ball. And the ball goes out of bounds. Should be a throw-in here for the Riders.
Yep, Tomberlin working hard there. It looked like it. I thought it was a deflection off the Indians, and I think that's what it was. I think we have a throw-in coming up for the Rough Riders. Sure do. Yep. That was that Rabel back there?
Looked like Jillian Tomberlin, but I could be wrong. Rabel's on our side. So.
Yeah, okay. So it was Tomberlin,
Yep.
12 Tomberlin, yeah. Worked hard, deflected it off Indians, and then earned the throw-in.
Reese is there. Racing up and cleared away by the keeper. Davis getting the ball down. Passes over to Weigel. Weigel back to Davis. And Davis decides to go inside to Holsinger. Weigel's there. Weigel wants it. Takes a shot. And goes into the hands of the keeper.
Very nice. Lots of shots. Quick shot off the we were just talking about the freshman Weigel. Hadn't seen her in this game yet. And comes in with some fresh legs and puts a shot right on that right away. So we need to see how we need a lot of them.
Nice job by Tomberlin getting the ball out of bounds, allowing St. Mary's to restart, figure out who's defending what, and get everybody marked up. Throw in now by the Indians. Indians with a ground pass connecting. Still to the inside, and nice job by Davis there to contest. Indians still with the ball. Gets through past Jacobs and into the hands of Brackman.
Fortunately, our back was able to change the direction of that one so that it really had a tight angle, and Brackman was able to handle that ground ball easily. Ball still in right on the goal line. Yep. Again, whole ball has to go over the line.
Ball inside the middle, scary, and Brackman there able to get her hands on that as it bounced up.
There's the height of Brackman, really takes advantage, getting her hands up over the top of the Shawnee player, just snatching that right off the top of her head.
Kelly wants this ball shoulder to shoulder. Going to be a throw in here for the Riders.
Yep, up
Connects
to
Weigel.
Weigel. Going to defend, going to grab this throw in here, and we got Indian sub coming in before the throw in.
Looks like three's coming back in for the Indians.
Yep, Shipeline returning to the game. Yep, it's been a force for the Indians tonight for sure. And we mentioned Weigel is a freshman, and I don't think a lot of times, Howie, you might bring a freshman into the game because you're up or down a lot. Mm-hmm. It's way too early for Coach Wilson to do that. He's giving Manker a rest and bringing in a freshman. What does that tell you about the future of the Lady Rough Riders? Mm-hmm. That says a lot.
Speaks volumes right there. That really does. Emma Freewell still with the ball. Got two on. And looks like we're going to have a deflection off the rider. It's going to be a throw-in for Shawnee.
Freewalt's a senior, has a lot of lots and lots of experience in physical play like that, shoulder-to-shoulder play. Earlier in the game, how many times did you say Freewalt off the shoulder, high body, deflections, trying to put it in the net, being in the right place at the right time, and that comes with experience. So Freewalt's going to take a break here. Menker comes in, and again, the freshman Weigel stays in the game. Fresh legs, and this is not Coach Wilson giving up the game. This is a young lady who can put the ball on net like she did a moment ago, but also gain that experience in a big match.
Oh, my gosh.
That's going to come in handy down the road. We're not giving the game up here yet, Howie, but we're also building for the future at the same time.
Yeah, that's a wonderful way to say it. Nice job by senior Tomberlin working that ball. Decides to kick it out of bounds. Going to be another throw-in here for Shawnee.
That turn there, she did a really great job. You mentioned Tomberlin did a great job. I wouldn't mind seeing a drop to the keeper there. Give Brackman a shot to change the field if you could. But Tomberlin knows what she's doing.
Yeah, drop back to the keeper. Just keeps the ball in play and provides options.
Weigel working hard in the middle of the field. Giving the Indians a heck of a time to try to get it out of there.
Far side. Jacobs is running back over to the right side, contesting Scheiplein. And looks like it's going to be a throw-in for Shawnee once again.
That was a good seal on the sidelines by the Indians as quick as Rabel was coming. Couldn't catch up to that ball hitting the sideline.
Davis now with the ball. Passing up to Holsinger. Holsinger here with a little bit too much of a big touch, but she's still working it. Decides to slide.
Beautiful, beautiful play. Instead of deciding to leave it 11 on 10, Holsinger hits the ground, pops right up.
I love how the urge of sliding happens once rain starts to come.
It's less painful for sure.
It is less painful. Scheiplein working that right side. Crossing the middle. Almost connected to a Shawnee Indian player again. And that's going to be deflected on a rider and leads to a corner here for Shawnee.
Jacobs did her job. Pushed the Indians player deep into the territory, so she had nothing left but to center it up and not a shot on goal.
Looks like 24 came in. Ewing.
Yep, Ewing coming in.
Ewing.
And corner kick coming up for the Lady Indians. I think Neth with the corner. She has been taking most of them for the Indians. And this will be, I think, corner number 8. To our 3, which makes a big difference. Howie, each one, there's a chance, right? Something could happen on any corner.
And the corner is up. Manker's there with a chest.
We're definitely going to have a foul, definitely a penalty against the Indians. Manker got clobbered on that play. Manker was definitely going to get first touch. One of the Indians saw that and just really climbed her back on that play.
Davis still with the ball. Unlucky touch goes out of bounds. Going to be a throw-in for Shawnee.
Yep. Emery Verbeek on the side, helping out, getting that ball into Shawnee, keeping the play action going. Rough Riders really need that to happen right now. Shawnee would like to slow play, I'm sure, but with the Rough Rider ball girls on the sidelines, they're going to keep that action going.
Yeah,
Under 5 minutes now, Howie. Understand there's going to be a little bit of urgency. 4 goals is a lot to make up. But the nice thing about soccer is it's not over.
It is not
till
over.
The buzzer. Jacobs clears that ball out. Way too close to drop it to Brackman. Does the right thing. Defends a throw in. And we got some subs coming in. 17 and 28 coming into the game.
Got 17 Downing and 27 Washam.
28, I think.
Oh, so sorry. 28.
Izelli. Yeah, we got a handful of Rough Riders stepping up here. All right, action in the middle of the field here. Weigel looking for the takeaway. Weigel kind of ended up in a headlock there.
Looks like we're going to have a replay here.
Yep, look at Weigel closing the distance very quickly. Nice closing speed.
Arms are up.
Gets grabbed up and gets a takeaway. Earns that takeaway. No fear from the freshman.
Love it. Beautiful ball connecting to Rabel. Rabel trying to get a foot on it. And it is somewhat cleared out by Shawnee. Weigel now with the ball, dropping it back to Davis. Davis takes a shot, just goes left.
Well, I love the choice of angles that Weigel took. So we got a handful of Rough Riders coming in for the first time tonight.
We got number 10, Ava Price. Number 4, Olivia Halko. Number 3, Bella Hertenstein. Number 9, Riley Ludicky.
And number 16.
And 16, Lila Ermshire.
Yep, Layla Ermshire.
Layla, sorry.
Hope we got them right. 3, 4, 9, 10, and 16 checked in for the Rough Riders. Under 3 minutes to play here in the second half. Ball's on the foot of Hertenstein. At this point, Howie, of course, the Rough Riders are going to do everything they can to get just one into the back of the net. It's going to be tough. Bunk's been really a wall tonight, very reliable. And the Indians' defense have made it really tough on the Rough Riders. Certainly we've had our opportunities, a couple chances, but now's the time. Respect for the game. Both teams probably put in less experienced players and try to get one in the back of the net. Let's walk out of here with at least one, maybe two in 2 minutes. Shawnee scored 2 in less than 30 seconds.
They did.
We could take a shot at it here as well. Under 2 minutes now, Howie, at Rough Rider Field. Rough Riders down 0-4 against the Shawnee Indians. No real attack mounted by the Indians right now. They're not playing keep away. They're playing respectful soccer. But it would be nice to see the Rough Riders get just one more down here. Our technical director is doing whatever the opposite of a rain dance is. If we could get him on the screen here, he's just trying to hold off the rain. I mean, it hasn't rained in 2 months, and now it's trying to rain on our Rider Nation Stations equipment. And I know the game hasn't gone the way we've wanted, but I do want to hand it to our technical crew doing a great job here, sometimes fighting the elements and dealing with the best talent they could find, meaning Howie and I, and turn it into a really nice broadcast. And we've got Chisholm and Fisher on the cameras doing a great job picking up the replays when we needed them to. Under a minute left in the match, Howie.
Ball into the hands of Brackman. Brackman restarting. Punt is off. Connection to a St. Mary's jersey. Cleared up by the Riders.
Yep. The Indians have a fairly flat defensive line. Rough Riders trying to penetrate that line with getting one into the seams with no luck there. Brackman coming back out to handle this one. Hertenstein working on the sideline.
Got 10 seconds remaining. And
unfortunately, Howie, that'll do it.
That'll end the game right there.
As we've said many years for Rough Riders, put them on the bus.
Yep. Well, Lance, closing remarks, closing thoughts about tonight's contest between Shawnee Indians and St. Mary's Riders here.
Yeah, I tell you what, Howie, the beginning of the game, the first few minutes, we noticed that the Rough Riders were hot on it, right? I'd say the first half of the first half, it was very evenly matched. What I really liked the Rough Riders did, they controlled the middle third of the field. That's a forgotten portion of the field. We do a great job. Wilson's got a great back line, and then when the back line stops that ball, a lot of times that could be a turnover right to the Indians, but not in the case of Lady Riders. The back line stops the ball right into the mids of the Rough Riders, and they turn it into an attack. But the one thing the Rough Riders didn't have an answer for tonight was the through ball for the Indians. And it wasn't a middle through ball like we go to Menker. It was a wide through ball, And time after time, they beat our defense back there.
Yep. High risk, high reward when it comes to playing that high line for defense.
The shots on goal were fairly even. The saves were fairly even for much of the game until just that last few minutes. But the corner kicks, which again, Shawnee didn't have a lot more corner kicks than we did.
Yeah.
Maybe just a couple more at the end of the game. Well, a handful more. I think we had 3 and they had 5, but they converted them. Corner kicks, they converted them. And I think Neth took a lot of the corners. Maybe one miss they had above the 18, and the rest of them, they put them on frame or just outside the frame. And if Brackman doesn't get her hands on it first, which a lot of times she couldn't get to it, Indians get first touch, and that really made a difference in the game.
Yep, it did. Well, hey, thank you all for tuning in to another Rider Nation Station broadcast. We're happy that we're able to stream these events to all of you at home. So thanks again. The next game that we have here for the Riders is Kenton, another WBL match, and that will be the long drive at Kenton.
And I think tomorrow night, sorry to interrupt, I think tomorrow night the men's Riders is at Shawnee.
They are at Shawnee.
With a 5 o'clock JV start and a 7 p.m. varsity game. And I think Rider Nation Station is going to be live from there.
They will be live there, yep.
And the best we can hope for tomorrow night, the boys get this right back, right?
Yep, totally.
For the Rough Riders.
Totally. Well, thank you all, and have a great night.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.